When the senior bowling quarterback is about to enter the competition week, the order of survival of the fittest is really tight. There is no consensus of opinions regarding the 6 quarterbacks in next week's Reese's Senior Bowl, and Executive Director Jim Nagy believes that to be a good thing. Pittsburgh's Kenny Pickett, Cincinnati's Desmond Ridder, Liberty's Malik Willis, North Carolina's Sam Howell, Nevada's Carson Strong and Western Kentucky's Bailey Zapp will suit up for this year's Senior Bowl, the annual college football all-star game and NFL draft showcase that takes place February 5th at Hancock-Whitney Stadium in Mobile. They are widely considered to be 6 of the top 7 quarterbacks available for the 2022 NFL draft, with only Ole Miss Matt Corral, who is not eligible for the Senior Bowl because he is an underclassman who has not yet graduated, the lone big-name passer who won't be here next week. Quarterbacks kind of steer the national narrative when it comes to the draft, Nagy said. For us, having 5 of the top 6 consensus quarterbacks is huge. To see how that quarterback group shakes out during the week, I think what happens here in Mobile is going to greatly determine what happens in April. Just in conversations with teams and how they have these guys grouped, they're all over the place. They're on the same 6 guys, but it's about what order they have them in. They're really tight, and they're all a little different. Cincinnati quarterback Desmond Ridder will participate in the Reese's Senior Bowl, which takes place February 5th in Mobile. Based on early mock drafts, it seems unlikely a quarterback goes before Denver picks at number 9 overall. Washington, New Orleans, and Pittsburgh are among other NFL clubs who might select a passer in the first round. Though the pecking order varies depending upon whom is doing the evaluation, most draft analysts consider Pickett the top-rated passer in this year's Senior Bowl. Of 6 mock drafts or position rankings available online, ESPN's Mel Kiper, NFL Network's Daniel Jeremiah, The Athletic's Dane Brugler, Pro Football Focus, Draft Countdown, and the Sporting News all had Pickett or Corral listed first. The 6'3", 220-pound Pickett was a Heisman finalist in 2021, when he passed for 4,319 yards and 42 touchdowns and led the Panthers to the ACC title. He originally committed to play in last year's Senior Bowl before electing to return to school after the NCAA granted an additional year to all players due to the COVID pandemic. Kenny Pickett made a huge jump this year, Nagy said. Kenny would have been a 4th-round pick at best last year, but he took a nice jump. He was healthy this year. His mobility was much better. He had better people playing around him, so he wasn't forcing the ball as much. Turnovers were way due. He looked like he had more zip on the ball. The thing that's always struck me about Kenny is that he knows how to play quarterback. He's an instinctive guy who plays with great feel. Willis, Howell, and Ridder appear to come next on the pre-Senior Bowl quarterback rankings, in some order. Willis is an intriguing prospect, having begun his career at Auburn before transferring to Liberty and totaling 6,929 yards and 74 touchdowns rushing and passing the last 2 seasons. Ridder enjoyed a decorated tenure at Cincinnati, passing for 10,239 yards and 87 touchdowns and rushing for 2,180 yards and 28 scores in 4 seasons as a starter. He and the Bearcats had a breakthrough season in 2021, becoming the first group of 5 program to reach the college football playoff. When you talk about guys who raise the level of play around them, Desmond is one of those guys, Nagy said. Yes, they have a lot of talent, because they have a lot of guys in this game, and they're going to have 8 or 9 guys drafted. But they directly point to Desmond Ridder as the catalyst behind all of it. He's a program changer. North Carolina quarterback Sam Howell will participate in the Reese's Senior Bowl, which takes place February 5th in Mobile. Howell has been considered a future NFL quarterback since he was still in high school, and was rated as a possible number 1 overall pick as recently as a year ago. He had an inconsistent 2021 season for a disappointing Tar Heels team, passing for 3,056 yards and 24 touchdowns. Howell played just 3 seasons at North Carolina before declaring for the draft, and qualified for the Senior Bowl after graduating in December. In the area for training in Pensacola, FLA, he told reporters Monday he deliberated for months before electing to enter the draft and accept a Senior Bowl invitation. I just want to show teams who I am as a person and as a player, Howell said. I am just going to show them what I can do and then it's up to them to decide if I am who they want. Obviously, you want to be the number 1 pick in the draft, but I just hope to go to a team that wants me and a team that I fit in well with. Strong typically checks in 5th among the Senior Bowl quarterbacks, having passed for 4,186 yards and 36 touchdowns and winning Mountain West Conference Player of the Year honors in 2021. He played the entire season with a knee injury, which might concern NFL scouts at least until they can see him in Senior Bowl practice. Then there is Zapp, whom most analysts figure is a mid-round pick at best. One exception is NFL draft scouts Matt Miller, who is much higher on Zapp than most. 2022 NFL Draft Confession: Bailey Zapp is my QB4 headed into Senior Bowl. With the disclaimer that due to COVID I haven't seen all these guys in person yet. His accuracy, toughness, and anticipation are wows for me. Zapp played just 1 season of high-level football after transferring to Western Kentucky from Houston Baptist, but it was an incredible one. He set NCAA FBS records for passing yards and touchdowns, leading the Hilltoppers to the Conference USA Championship. This is a once-in-a-lifetime experience, going to the Senior Bowl, said Zapp, who has been training in Mobile with David Morris of QB Country in the weeks leading up to the Senior Bowl. I've been looking forward to it all year, getting the invite and getting to this week and having the experience and everything. It's definitely going to be a competitive week. Western Kentucky quarterback Bailey Zappe will participate in the Reese's Senior Bowl, which takes place February 5th in Mobile. Willis, Howell, and Zappe will suit up for the American team, which will be coached by the Detroit Lions staff during Senior Bowl week. Pickett, Ridder, and Strong will play for the national team, coached by the New York Jets. The remainder of this year's Senior Bowl players will arrive in Mobile this weekend. Practices run Tuesday-Thursday at Hancock-Whitney Stadium and are free and open to the public. For complete 2022 Senior Bowl rosters, click here. For ticket information and information on other Senior Bowl week events, visit www.seniorbowl.com.